What's going on, family? Welcome back to Israel's Movie Reviews. And today we're going to be discussing Hulu's Deep Water. This movie was intense, to say. Deep Water sells itself as an erotic thriller, but it lacks precisely those same components. I felt that Deep Water sold itself as an erotic thriller, but it lacks precisely those same components. You know, Adrian Lin tries to make a comeback after a 20-year absence from cinema, but Zach Hellman, Sam Levinson's screenplay, to me, held too many problems. I think the protagonist played well. I think Ben Affleck brought his A game. I know the Armas was sexy as hell in this movie. Very misunderstood, very misleading. I know this movie is after a novel. I didn't get to actually read the novel, but you could tell what they're trying to go for. It's an incredibly toxic relationship that's frustrating to watch. Even if for a viewer, you're like, whoa, you know, there's a lack of development and an inexistent arc that makes the narrative feel repetitive and very frustrating to watch, very predictable, lacking that intensity that I was really looking for. The messy approach to the secondary characters as well and the subplots contribute to an absolutely disastrous script where not even a traditional third act can be found in this. You know, but at the end of the day, Ben Affleck and Anna de Armas are actually really good. There's something to look forward to in the film. You know, you could certainly appreciate their roles. It's not their fault. At the end of the day, I think they try to do what was told of them, you know, especially Ben Affleck being a director himself. You know, I like the way he portrayed his character. This is a very, very dark story. It's a strange love between a husband and wife, who in this film are a very strange couple with a very strange dynamic. And to me, it could have been better. You know, nevertheless, it kept me interested, it kept me engaged, and it kept me pretty entertained. But I feel like this was more of a character study and not an erotic thriller by any way. Yeah, there's, you know, you have your few sex scenes, but they aren't dramatic. You know, they're not intense or anything erotic about this film, I feel, except for Anna de Armas and you know, the way she portrays that character. She portrays it beautifully. You know, she has that sex appeal going for her. The marketing of this film was that as an erotic thriller, but I feel like that was the biggest mistake they made. It does have some hot scenes, but not enough to call the whole movie an erotic thriller, even though the whole plot stems around it. The thriller aspect is more of an overlooking sense of it rather than the usual thriller sensibilities. The film is more of a character study of a couple, probably a psychopathic couple, who feeds off each other by destroying each other and others who come in between them. Although the film takes a clear stand with Ben Affleck's character as the husband by making it clear that his actions to his wife is what pushes him to take the actions that he takes throughout the film. But as the film goes on, his actions look like it's even worse than what they actually are by the end of the film. It's clear that his wife always knew this side of him. And it looks like she was really looking forward to that side of him coming out all along, which was odd. It's a very fascinating film for me because of how the characters are explored and how the director makes us relate with a character who is, as all the characters, including him, says, not normal. And as we watch, we realize that it's true in a lot of ways. Can't believe that they threw out a lot of things early in the film, you know? They admitted and I think underdeveloped these characters, which made the film a little dull at times. I feel like there's some good moments, you know, when it looks like it's gonna get better, but then it never does, even with great jobs by both actors. You know, it wasn't thrilling enough, not erotic enough, and definitely not credible enough. You know, I still can't believe how clueless and incompetent the police is in this movie, with everyone dying or disappearing around the same couple, and nothing's being done. Even with accusations, a guy dies in a pool and they don't see the marks of being drawn by another person. With that, you know, I rest my case. You know, the silly games that they play with each other is something that kept me engaged, but it was like it made me psychoanalyze the wonders of my own marriage and what most strange folks will do in order to keep the matrimonial contract intact at whatever crazy cost, even if it means death or infidelity. Married couples tend to torment each other with strange games all the time and other forms of psychopathic behavior in order to keep their marriage interesting and stimulating. You know, sometimes, you know, you can't fall out of love, you know, especially when your life becomes repetitive. And especially if, you know, your spouse or whatever may have you is not that interested in you and is only interested in you at certain times. And that's what happens with this film, you know. This movie's dark, as Vic and Melinda, the title characters, with one of them attempting to enrage the other to get this outrageous reaction, the forms of public flirtation in order to get a reaction from that partner, the other one proving their love in a vengeful force. The film commences with this mystic and erotic tone that was added by the director Adrian Lin, which is very sizzling, but it's a sleazy touch. It grabs and has your interest for a while, and while it's building up, but whatever that something you thought it was gonna be, it plunders into a B-grade Lifetime movie style with cheap thrills and no substance. And sometimes I wonder if this was meant to be a very dark comedy, because whatever it was, it's still worth the watch. But you know, it's one of those films where I wanted them to get straight to the point. You know, I was in no position, even to this day, to tell people what they should do and what they shouldn't. It's a free world. You do whatever your heart wishes, and you do whatever you want to. But when it comes to dire consequences and people dying, toxicity is never a good thing in any kind of relation. And they explore that in this film, even though I know for a fact that some do fantasize the same way that she fantasized in the film. But trust me, it's for the betterment of everyone that you love. You can't have a film like this and have no positive takeaway. You know, the film falls a little flat in that aspect. You know, from a cinematic standpoint, Deepwater is very underwhelming. Although I feel like there's some encouraging takeaways, but mostly it has a lot of disappointments. You know, while the drama worked in certain segments, the thrill we were supposed to feel was nowhere to be found, especially at the end of the film. You know, it's even more upsetting when you see the talents like Ben Affleck and other Armas getting wasted, not getting their due acknowledgement especially from the viewers, because of that reason. You know, one had to play a very flirtatious and very manipulative woman, and the other one had to play this psychopath. You know, but if you do love sensual thrillers and you do want to satisfy your inquisitiveness and watch some unusual relationships spreading out on screen, this is the movie for you. If you're a fan of either two leads, Ben and Anna, then this is for you. If a large majority of your responses in this film are going to be optimistic and you want to just give it a shot, if not, if anything else, then I would suggest you definitely watch the movie. If not, keep your distance. Don't even bother with this. But I give this movie a 6 out of 10, easily. Definitely underwhelming. But go check it out. Let me know what you think in the Discord. And I'm very, very curious to see what a lot of the females think about this movie. You know, if you like this review, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, share this video with those that you love, especially those that you're in love with. It'll be a very unique experience to see this movie. Till the next one. Peace.